Hello class, we're going to go over the T accounts for bonds and some of the formulas. So we start off with the asset, cash, liabilities, bonds payable, discounts on bonds payable, which happens to be a contra account, liability account, and premium on bonds payable, which is a true liability account. Under equity, we have interest expense. Okay, interest expense equals interest payment plus amortization of a discount on bonds payable, or interest expense equals interest payment minus the amortization of premium on bonds payable. If a bond is issued at face, sometimes they'll give you these numbers here as a par. If it's issued at 100, that means it's issued at face. So if it was a $500,000 bond, it would be issued at $500,000. There would be no discount or premium. That means the market value equaled the coupon value. If the market value is higher than the coupon value, we'll be selling at a discount. If the market value is lower than the coupon value, we'll be selling at a premium. The coupon value, the coupon interest rate, is the rate that's on the bond itself. So if the market interest rate is higher than the interest rate that's on the bond, then we'll have to sell our bond at a discount. But if the market rate is less than the interest rate that's on the bond, we'll be selling at a premium. And it's just to make things even out. At the end, it all works out. So, a discount increases interest expense. So the amount of the discount will increase the amount of the interest expense. A premium decreases interest expense. And the way we're calculating it, interest payment equals I equals PRT. So the interest payment is the I, the P is the principal, the rate is the coupon rate, the rate that's on the bond itself, and the time is the number of payments per year. Okay, if it's semi-annually, it's 6 divided by 12. If it's quarterly, it's 4 divided by 12. And it'll pop up on your spreadsheet as 0.5 or 0.25. That's fine. That's fine. So if we issue the bond at face, they won't have any discount or premium. So it'll just be the cash, $500,000, and the principal will be the same $500,000. But if we issue at a discount, 98, it's basically 0.98 times the face. So 500,000 times 0.98 will come up to an amount less than, so if we issue at 500,000 at face, it'll be 500,000. If we issue at a discount, the discount will equal the face times the discounted amount. It'll have a $10,000 discount. So the difference between the two is the discount. So in that case, you'd have the principal at 500,000. The cash received, that would be the credit. The cash received would be 490,000 plus 10,000 discount on bonds payable. And when we make a payment, we'll amortize that over time. So if this was a semi-annual 5-year bond, then it would be divided by 10 payments. Okay, and we would amortize that. That would increase the interest expense each payment period. So we'd have the payment plus the interest expense and a discount on bonds payable. If it were a premium, it would equal more than $500,000. In that case, the principal is $500,000, and then bonds payable premium would be $30,000. And we divide that by 10 payments each month, and that would lower the interest expense. Okay, so the payment would be fixed. the amount that the principal comes off at the end, but the interest expense, if there's a discount, it's going to be plus the amortization of the discount. If it's a premium, it'll be less the premium. So let's take a look at what it would look like. If we issue that face, then the cash received would be $500,000, and the principal on bonds payable would be $500,000. Okay. Any payment that would be issued, the interest payment, I equals PRT, so this is the principal times the rate times the time, which is semi-annual. So it's 6 divided by 12 comes out to 0.50 or 1/2, and it comes out to $15,000. So the interest payment would be $15,000, which is fixed, and the interest expense at this point would be $15,000 because there's no premium or discount. The next one we'll do is what it looks like with a discount. Okay, now let's look at a discount. A discount, we use 98. So 500,000 times 0.98 comes out to 490,000. Okay, that'll be the cash received. That'll be the debit. The difference between the principal is still 500,000. The difference between the two is a discount on bonds payable. And you'll see these two debits add up to that credit. Now with the payment will still be $1,500. Excuse me, $15,000. But the interest expense will be the $15,000 plus the amortization of the discount. And we said it's a $10,000 discount. It was 5 years, semi-annual payments, so it's divided by 10. So 10,000 divided by 10 comes out to 1,000. So the interest expense would actually be 16,000 because a discount on bonds payable increases the interest expense. Like it says here, a discount increases interest expense. So the payment stays fixed at a credit of 15,000, and we also have a credit of 1,000 for the amortization for the total interest expense of 16,000. That 10,000 we have to write off as an expense over time. So we'll do it each payment. And remember, we're only doing interest payments at the end. We'll pay off the principal of 500,000 plus the last interest payment. So this is how we amortize a discount. The next one we'll do is a premium. Okay, class. Now we're going to look at the premium. If it's sold at 106 or 1.06 times the 500,000 comes up to a cash receipt of 530,000. That 30,000 is a premium, which will lower interest payments over time. So a premium decreases interest expense. Interest expense, not payment. Payment is fixed at 15,000. So we have 530,000 debit for cash, a $500,000 credit for bonds payable, and we'll have a $30,000 credit to bonds payable. Okay, so we have the 530,000 debit and a credit for 500,000 for the bonds payable and the premium. We're going to amortize this over time. We said before it was 5 years, semi-annual, so 10 payments. So the payment of 15,000 plus the amortization here of $3,000, 3,000 each payment will debit each payment by $3,000 to amortize this over the 10 payments. So we have a payment of 15,000. We have a credit. We have a debit of 3,000. This 3,000 lowers the interest expense. So the interest expense will be 12,000. So 12,000 debit plus the 3,000 amortization of the premium comes up to the $15,000 payment. And at the end, we'll just pay the last interest payment and the $500,000 principal in the last payment. I hope this helped. I'll see you on the next video.